All right, syncing. My eyes are going to be up here because that's where my screen is and that's where I'm going to be reading, so sorry about that. It's going to be kind of weird to watch this video with zero eye contact, but I'll do my best. This is the final push for the funding campaign for Penguin Midnight. The previews have gained over 20k total on Newgrounds. Recently, I've pushed over 30k views on YouTube in total, not even counting the trailer. There's been a decent amount of coverage from tweets or whatever the hell they're called now, and I've received so much positive feedback from people on YouTube, Newgrounds, and Twitter just collectively, and it's insane to just hear that. And now with over $6,400 raised as the time of me reading this, with 2 full days to go, we are in the home stretch. Kickstarter's algorithm isn't really boosting this despite the project being so close to the finish line, so I feel like I gotta just keep this energy up on my own and constantly sing the praises of my own project, or you could just say that I'm yapping. You could also just say that this is nothing but a bunch of yapping. The support and positivity for this project has been incredible. I've already spent nearly a year working non-stop on the same thing and completely financing everything out of pocket up to this point, so hearing so much excitement and positivity towards this project just brightens my spirit like you could not believe. And to be frank, even if we do make it, this doesn't even cover the entirety of my funding. Like, what I've been pushing for all this time is simply an amount of money that would be good to have. It doesn't come anywhere near fully footing the bill on every aspect, requiring some form of monetary compensation for the project. And this isn't me trying to make up some kind of pity party for the project. It's just the reality that animation is not only time-consuming, famously, it's also very expensive. To throw a number out there, I'm asking for 8k in funding on Kickstarter, and that's not even including the fact that Kickstarter is going to take a bunch of fees away. But in total, I'm expecting to be down more like 18,000 once we hit the finish line, and I'm likely to never recoup that simply due to the nature of the beast of animation production on the internet and in festivals. And for the record, no, that does not include me flying to Japan to capture reference footage. That's ridiculous. I would not include that. The trip to Japan was just a convenient synchronicity, not an intentional deductible. Back in spring when I first started showing this project to my peers, like specifically the animatics, like storyboards and stuff, and bringing this up to fellows in the industry, one comment I heard a lot, particularly from like older gentlemen, was, have you considered using AI to finish this? Besides the fact that trying to publicize, let alone fund, such a project with AI animation would do like nothing but make anybody with a functioning brain absolutely furious, I think that innately misses the entire point of making an animation, or any art really. Art is a human form of expression. A human being's ability to express oneself and tell a story that could only come from the miracle of their own existence, limited only by the personal abilities and knowledge of a director and their team, is one of the reasons animation and art are so special. So many things in not just animation but filmmaking have been brought about not by typing some half-assed prompt into a computer. They've come from the miracle of knowledge. Since as much as artistic creation is in fact a developed skill, the truth is a grand portion of it is also the ability to problem solve. You have to identify weaknesses and limitations in your artistic abilities and then constantly wonder, how do we surpass our limitations? How do we make this work? What's the most efficient way to go about doing this? How can I make this look as good as possible? What's the right cut to make in the edit? What's the right stroke to draw in the artistic phase? And so on and so on. For that exact reason, why the hell should I so much as dignify the idea of using AI to tell a story? As a tool, does it have a use? Certainly, in some cases, but to consider usurping human expression for something shat out by a machine just because it saves time is no different to any person with a modicum of creativity, let alone dignity, than taking pre-chewed gum, scraping it off the sidewalk, a filthy sidewalk, and putting it back into your mouth and chewing it again simply because it's there and someone else made it easier to chew by already chewing it a little. Not only is this disgusting, sapped of flavor, full of germs, it's simply idiotic and uncivilized to entertain the thought of doing such a thing. Why is it any different with artificial intelligence and art? Is my work perfect? No. That's what makes it my work, though. And I will always strive for improvement. Imperfections are what makes the project tangible. Imperfections make things human. Once again, after myself and my small team have kept our noses buried in our screens for such a long time, hearing so much excitement towards the project, towards the completion of the project is just exhilarating. To hear that our work might be worth it, that it might resonate or communicate, and that people might enjoy it is insanely motivating. That no matter what happens and no matter how this campaign ends, I will remember how much was raised towards this in a positive light, and how incredible of a feeling it is to see this happen. I will make something great for you, and I just hope you will help me survive the birthing process of all of it. If you back $5 and up, you can see this as early as April. Everybody else has to wait until November. $45 and up, you get a complete media package. Poster, shirt, behind the scenes, early access, collectible Polaroid, and a nice bonus book with a bunch of my art in it. Everything after that is awesome too, and ensures you get even more bang for your buck if you have the bucks to give. So, please consider checking out and supporting Penguin Midnight on Kickstarter.com as we trudge through our final stretch of the funding campaign. And if you do not have the means to put any money towards the project, that's fine. Taking the preview clips and sharing them around, or sharing the funding campaign page around, is all just as valuable to me. Thank you so much, and I hope you will consider supporting Penguin Midnight. We have 2 days left.